Hello and welcome to the first episode of Pokemon Higher or Lower Base Set Edition. Okay, so this is episode 1. I hope to do a whole series of this, and just before I go ahead and explain the rules of the game, just to give you a bit of a sort of backdrop behind this channel, what I aim to do with it. I aim to do a good range of Pokemon related content. I hope to do, as I said, a whole series of this. And also I hope to do some other game series. So I also hope to do guests for Pokemon. So if you ever remember when they used to, in the anime series, they always used to do guests for Pokemon. Nice little impression there. So always before the advert break, they always asked you guess that Pokemon. And they always gave a nice sort of shape to kind of give you a little clue on who that Pokemon is. And then after the break, they always used to reveal the answer. I don't know about you, but I was a Pokemon master when it came to that. Or at least in for the first couple of generations. So just to explain the rules of Higher or Lower Pokemon Edition. So I will give you a card. I will say whether that card is a holo or non-holo. Okay, if I don't say it's a non-holo, just assume it's not a holo. Okay, all of the cards will be from the base set edition, hence the name of the title. And also it won't be explicit to any PSA grade. Okay. Just to go into a bit of what I mean by PSA grade. So basically when you sell the cards, what you can do to kind of boost the value of the cards is get it graded. So you can send it off, and you can and they will send it back and they will give you a grade up to 10. So a grade 10 would be mint condition. So that means it's literally in perfect condition. And then PSA 9 would be something like maybe there's an odd nick around the cards, maybe it's a perfect print, just maybe there's just 1 or 2 scratches. And then PSA 8, so basically as you go down, the worse the condition of the card is. Again, there's things like printing lines. Sometimes you get like a printing line, depending on the quality of the print. For every card you predict whether it's higher or lower, so you're guessing whether the value of that card is higher or lower than the previous card. Okay, I will make it as clear as possible what that card you're predicting the price of, and also it's worth knowing that I'm taking the price off by PokemonPrice.com, and it's always going to be the top. So for last time it's been sold on eBay, so for top listing. Okay, so if you get that correct, you score 5 points. Unfortunately, you get nil prize, and that's a bit of a Eurovision reference there for those who watch it. So nil par if you get it wrong, 5 points if you get it correct. Okay. And also there's nothing for repair in this game, so actually I've made sure that none of the prices are the same. Okay, one or two other things to know regarding the rules. Actually that is all the rules you need to know, so let's move on to the first card. Okay, so the first card is actually worth $210. Okay, it is a Venusaur. It is a Venusaur Holo. Okay, so you have 10 seconds to predict whether a Charizard Holo, so the rarest card in this series, is worth higher or lower than a Venusaur Holo. Okay, so you have 10 seconds. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, Charizard, as I said, was the rarest card in the game, or in the first series. Okay, so what have people predicted at the moment? It's 5 points for a correct answer, 0 points for a wrong answer, and we are looking at Charizard. Okay, so Charizard is actually higher than a Venusaur Holo, and we are looking at $750. Okay, so moving on to the next one. I'm not going that much further in the collection. Literally across the page, we are looking at Blastoise Holo, another Holo. So again, I think if you remember, getting flashbacks here, Blastoise was probably the only one to actually be able to beat Charizard if you ever played the actual card game. Mainly because in one move, I think it was Hydro Pump, you could beat Charizard, which had 120 HP and was weak against water, so therefore you doubled the amount of damage. Okay, so I mean, yes, so do you think that a Blastoise is higher or lower than a Charizard? And you got 10 seconds to predict one way or the other. Okay, so do you think people would have spent over the odds over than $750 for a Blastoise just to be able to beat the Charizard? The answer is no. So the answer is actually Blastoise is lower than a Charizard Holo. Okay, so just remember, Blastoise was actually a Holo as well, and Blastoise went for $210. Okay, so I'm going to go slightly easy on you here, although who knows. So Beedrill, the next card is Beedrill, so it's a non-Holo, and you are predicting whether it is higher or lower than Blastoise, which is $210. So yeah, do you think Beedrill, non-shiny, non-Holo, is higher or lower than a Blastoise? Okay, so what do you think? You've got 10 seconds now. 5. I remember I'm getting flashbacks to Viridian Forest in the original game. If you ever played Red, Blue and Yellow, it was always Viridian Forest where you started catching, I think it was a Weedle, and then Kakuna, and then Beedrill. Although, yes, you would obviously, I think you could catch for Kakuna first before, and then you would have to evolve that to get a Beedrill. Okay, so yes, so Beedrill higher or lower than a Blastoise? Okay, we are looking at it being lower, so it's $31, so quite a bit more, quite a bit less than Blastoise, which was $210. So yeah, you're looking roughly about $180 more. So as I say, quite a bit more or quite a bit less. And so let's move on to the next card. So this, what I would have said, was one of the most useless Pokemon aside from Magikarp, which obviously only had Flail to actually attack on the game. And then you also, I mean, I think in the next generation set of games, you actually had Tackle, which made it slightly more useful. At least you could actually take damage from the opponent Pokemon. But anyway, let's look at Raticate. Is it higher or lower than a Beedrill, which was $31? So you've got 10 seconds going from now. What do you think? Raticate, I think the best move, funny enough, it has Super Fang. I think in the actual game itself, the best move was Hyper Fang. Obviously, depending on what game you have or had. And it's got the classic move Bite, which weirdly enough is a dark type move, although here it's a star type move, but in the games I'm pretty sure it's a dark type move. Please feel free to correct me in the comments. Okay, so Raticate, is it higher or lower than a Beedrill? It is actually much higher, so it's actually 4 times as high. It is $125. Okay, so I think if you gave me a choice between those two cards, I would have chosen the Beedrill any day of the week. So yeah, Beedrill obviously much harder to get to the stage of, especially in the trading card game, because you would obviously, it's a third in evolution chain. Okay, so now we are looking at Chansey. Don't forget, it's 5 points for a correct answer, 0 points for a wrong answer, and they're all from the base set edition. I will say whether they're holo or not, if you haven't gathered that already. So the next card is Chansey Holo. Okay, so I remember this is a classic Pokemon. If you get into the later generations, it evolves into a Blissey. And then I think the baby edition is Happiny. What a lovely name. I love the name Happiny. What a great name. What a great name. So yes, so if you were playing Pokemon Go, you would have to get a hatch it from an egg. And I think also in the games you have to hatch it from an egg to get it. So yes, so do you think Chansey is higher or lower than Raticate, which is $125? High or low, 10 seconds. What do you think? So yeah, I remember in the computer games, used to have, you could get a lucky egg, I think gold and silver and crystal. And I think as well, I mean, Chansey was hard enough as it was to even catch. It was quite a rare Pokemon. And then to actually get a lucky egg, I think it was something like 1 in 100. So I remember my brother and I would spend the whole train journey. I don't think we ever got it. So I think we wondered whether it existed or not. I think we based it on the walkthrough guides that they used to do. So yes, so Chansey, is it higher or lower? And yes, it's a holo edition. Holo edition, okay? So for Holo Edition, higher or lower than Raticate, which was $125, and it is actually lower, which I find very surprising. I definitely would have paid more for a Chansey than one of my least favourite Pokemon, Raticate, which I think you only ever evolve towards the beginning of the game, and as soon as you get a better Pokemon, you obviously trade it in. So yes, so Chansey, $70 was lower than Raticate, which was $125. So now we are looking at Nidoking, and it is a holo. It is a holo. Okay, so yes, final evolution, Nidoran, which you can get in male or female, same as Nidorino and Nidorina. And then you had Nidoking and Nidoqueen. But we are looking at Nidoking Holo. Okay. So do you think it's higher or lower than Chansey, which was $70? Make your predictions now. Okay. So Nidoking we are looking at. I think its best move, or at least from what I remember, was Horn Tail in the games. In the actual set itself, it's Thrash, which is 30+. Okay, so Nidoking Holo is a higher lower than a Chansey Holo, which was $70. It is actually higher, so it's actually over double than a Chansey. So maybe if it was a shiny Blissey, maybe it would have been worth more. But actually, this was 160. I'd be very interested to know in the cards how many HP Blissey have, because I mean Chansey has 120. So I imagine you're probably looking at 150, 180. I think in the original series, the HP was the maximum was probably Chansey or Charizard or Blastoise. And it was only in the later series that you started getting higher HP, and then obviously you started having stuff like Mega Charizard, etc., which had more HP. Okay, so now we are looking at one of my favourite Pokemon, Ninetales. Okay, so Ninetales, is it higher or lower than a Nidoking, which was $160.50. Sorry, I didn't state the 50 cents part. I wonder who's being pedantic right now. Anyway, so Ninetales, is it higher or lower than a Nidoking? Make your predictions now. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Ninetales wasn't actually in any of the gyms. As well, if you go down the line, you also got a Alolan Vulpix and a Alolan Ninetales, which I've got both of. I'm pretty sure I've even got a shiny in Pokemon Go. So yes, is it higher or lower than a Nidoking? You are actually looking at it being lower. So lower. So it's $42. So it's actually 1/4 of the price of Nidoking, which was $160.50. So $42, and it was lower. Okay, so the next cards, if you ever remember Diglett's Cave or Diglett's Tunnel in the game, where you had countless amount of Diglets, and it would be much rarer to get Dugtrio. I think it was something like 1 in 10 to get Dugtrio. We are actually looking at Dugtrio, which is a non-holo, so not a shiny. And so yes, so is it higher or lower than a Ninetales, which was $42? And make your predictions now. I feel like that's becoming a catchphrase. Probably not the most original catchphrase, but hey ho. Okay, higher or lower than a Dugtrio. So higher or lower than a Ninetales, $42. Is Dugtrio. What is Dugtrio? Okay, so we are looking at Dugtrio for evolution of Diglett. It is actually higher, actually three times as much as a Ninetales Holo. So even though Dugtrio is not Holo, it's actually 3 times as much as a Ninetales. So I said, Ninetales is one of my favourite Pokemon, so actually I'm quite happy in the sense that it will cost me less to buy, but disappointed in the sense that it's not worth as much. Okay, so we are now looking, if you ever watch Pokerand, he's friends with someone who absolutely loves Arcanine. Just to explain a bit more, Pokerand, definitely worth checking his channel out. He gives you loads of tips and tricks about collecting cards and sort of how to get the most out of selling for cards. It's actually one of the Pokemon channels that inspired me to do this channel. Okay, so Arcanine, is it higher or lower than a Dugtrio, which was $128? So yes, so make your predictions now. So yes, so evolution of Growlithe. If you ever watched the anime series, I think it was one of the policewomen that had Growlithe. I don't know if you ever saw it evolve into Arcanine. Was it Jane, the character? But anyway, is it higher or lower than a Dugtrio? It is actually higher. So Arcanine is actually higher than a Dugtrio, which is $152.50. Okay, we're not going much further in this collection, and we are now very sadly down to the last card. So we have gone through 9 other cards to guess higher or lower, and now we are looking at the 10th and final card. So who knows? I'll be very interested to know who's up to 45 points right now. So here we are, the final card. Just to make it special, we are finishing up on a holo, which is a Poliwrath. Okay, so again you've got Poliwag, and then Poliwell, and then Poliwrath, and then if you go later down the line in various generations, you also have Politoed. Okay, so yes, so is it higher or lower than an Arcanine, which was $152.50? So make your predictions now. Again, I feel like that's going to be my slogan. Okay. So higher or lower than an Arcanine, what is Poliwrath Holo? Okay. So we are looking at higher or lower than an Arcanine. Poliwrath Holo is actually lower. Okay, so that's the final lower of the game. It was actually half the price of Arcanine. So Arcanine was $152.50 and Poliwrath was $77.66. I like it. It's $77.66. I like yeah, for repetition there. Okay, so thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please let me know what your results are in the comment section. Also, I'd be very interested in any feedback you've got, whether it's any of the sort of technical, like over for sort of visual presentation, audio presentation. Also, please send me positive feedback as well, or constructive feedback. I'd like to know what you actually enjoyed about this episode, or what ideas you like and dislike, etc. Also, keep tuned. Make sure you subscribe and like. They are very much appreciated. Also, if you set that alarm bell, so you get notifications whenever I do another live stream. I hope to do a live stream every Sunday. Okay, so I hope to do the next episode of this on Sunday. Okay. So yes, so keep tuned. And yes, so also I want to create a discussion in the comments section. I'm going to start basic here, but what was your favorite, or what is your favorite Pokemon? Okay, and why? Okay. So yes, I look forward to finding out your answers to that question. And so yeah, unfortunately, like, there's no prize for the person who actually gets 50 points, but I'm sure you're swelling with pride right now for scoring 4 points if you did. So yes, so again, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Okay, bye.